Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And I know that I'm pretty late to talk about these new Spotify payouts. There are a lot of YouTubers and people out there who have already talked and discussed about it and also shared their thoughts. But still I'm here and I have 2 cents to share about it. So firstly, what are these announcements that Spotify has made that's gotten everybody's attention? Firstly, yes, as an artist, you won't be paid a penny if your track doesn't cross 1,000 streams a year.
There is no your half of the money. There is only my all of it. Do you understand?
And secondly, they'll be more strict and actively take action on all the bot streams that has been happening lately.
5.9 million streams in just 7 days.
And lastly, they're just going to regulate the payouts of the white noise and all the ambient noise music kind of stuff. Because you see, the Spotify payout system is kind of broken. Because no matter what kind of music you make, what kind of audio you have, if your track crosses that 30-second threshold, that means if a listener listens to your track for more than 30 seconds, that technically counts as a stream for Spotify. And if you're an artist who's making song and paying for the recording, production, mix and master, that track will literally earn the same amount as a white noise that can be made by any 13-year-old kid on his GarageBand on an iPad. Okay, so coming back to the topic of the video, small independent artists who pay for literally everything from the recording charges to the studio charges, mixing and mastering, and some of them also spend in marketing. So all of these kind of artists are no more eligible for any kind of monetization unless they have more than 1,000 streams over a year. Now see, Spotify pays around like $3 for every 1,000 streams, which is anyway ridiculously a small amount for Spotify being the biggest streaming platform all over the world. Also, cherry on top is that these payouts are also very region specific, so the Indian artists will get even lower payouts for 1,000 streams. Now see, there are about 50,000 songs uploaded on Spotify every single day, and for a fact most of them end up in a digital graveyard. But when you count all these micro royalties that have been paid out to these tracks, it does add to a very substantial amount. There are around 100 million tracks on Spotify right now, and only 37 million out of all of those songs cross 1,000 stream threshold. So that literally means that 67 million songs on Spotify, that is like 2/3 of the entire song catalog on Spotify, will completely lose monetization. And with these new changes, Spotify will save around $40 million this year alone, and they expect to save over $1 billion over next 5 years. Now see, in their defense, Spotify says that these micro payments often don't even end up in the artist's pocket anyways. Technically, that is true. Artists cannot directly upload any song on Spotify. All the songs on Spotify have to be uploaded through a third-party distributors, for example DistroKid, TuneCo, CD Baby, and all the money that Spotify owes to the artist is directly collected by these distributors first, and often these distributors have their own minimum threshold. For example, artists have to cross that minimum $25 threshold, which means artists have to first earn that $25 and then they'll start receiving the payments. I think the real reason is that Spotify just wants to increase the pool of money that they have that is eventually gonna be distributed between the big three like Universal, Sony Music and Warner Music. Because you see, the Spotify payout system is already very weird. For example, let's say there's a guy and the entire month he ended up listening to all the independent artists. So he's gonna end up believing that okay, all the money I paid as a subscription to Spotify this month went to the artist I've listened to. Nah, that's so not true. That is so not true.
Actually, I don't do pop music. I prefer indie bands. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, dude, you just paid for Ariana Grande's new fridge.
Because you see, all the money that you pay as a subscriber goes into this huge pool where the first payouts are given to the people who hold the majority of the copyright of all the popular songs that are streaming on Spotify. And obviously, they end up being the big three themselves, and all the remaining money after that is what is being shared with the other artists. To be very honest, this is quite complicated for me as well, and I don't really understand that. But yeah, this is like the baseline of how things work at Spotify. In my opinion, any form of art should be paid no matter what. To be very honest, we all were already aware that royalty payouts are anyway very less and are never gonna be enough for an artist to sustain his or her career. Because right now, I'm just questioning the ethics that these new rule break in the music industry. Because today it's 1,000 stream a year. Tomorrow it can be 10,000 streams per year. I don't know. It depends on the greed. Because trust me when I say this, as an artist, when I look into my dashboard and see my payouts for all the music that I've made, no matter how small that is, it gives me a kind of motivation motivation, you know. And till date, I remember the first dollar I've ever earned through my music, because back then I never knew that music could earn me any bucks, and seeing that $1 is here in my core memory now. These are the kind of feelings that bigger artists who are signed with bigger labels and are backed with a lot of financials won't ever get. And on a brighter side now, musicians may finally start promoting their songs seriously and not just posting that one album art picture throughout the week after the release. And irrespective of streaming money, look out for more sustainable income sources like gigs, freelancing, focus on building an audience instead of just streaming numbers on Spotify, and invest all your energy into making that beautiful art instead of focusing a lot on changes like these, because the harsh reality is that the music business will always be in favor of bigger artists than the smaller ones. And if you are watching this video and you are an independent artist who is still creating music and still hustling through, man, cheers to you, because this requires a lot of guts. You have my respect. Keep making that beautiful art and don't ever fucking stop. So these were my thoughts, and you can share yours in the comment section below. And if you like this video, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and drop a like on this video. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.